All right, real quick. Why does it benefit society to have people in poverty? Why would society, policymakers, and affluent people not make the right decisions to eradicate poverty? It's because it benefits a society to have poverty. Period, point blank. It's a reason why poverty exists. Here go a couple of reasons. Historically speaking, who builds the pyramids? Who builds the monuments, the railroads? People in poverty, people who need jobs and will do anything to basically feed their family. That's one way to look at it. History is going to show you that. Secondly, poor people are examples to society to not be like. They need poor people around, so when they drive down the street, they need to be able to be like, those are poor people, don't be like that. It makes sense in all kinds of ways, but even poverty of the mind, poverty of your pockets, is poor people who create jazz, hip hop. It's poor people who create the stuff, works of art that the affluent people love. They like when you hungry. They want to keep you poor. And if you don't believe me, think about this right here. Who's going to do those jobs that everybody do not want to do? If people in poverty, even immigrants, you want to knock immigrants or knock people who's poor, if they wasn't doing it, who would do it? A lot of people is like, man, I'm not going to do those jobs. And poor people also subsidize the more affluent, which means who's the domestic workers? Who's going to run them child care centers? Who's going to take care of them children, them rich children? Most likely somebody poor. Your clients is going to be rich people. Poor people also provides jobs for social workers, welfare workers, therapists. Poor people, I'm not saying that poor people need therapy and all that. I'm saying, think about it though. The jobs that poor people provide, society, the community needs poor people. Poor people, or this might be controversial, but poor people will even give people a Christian value. They got to have charity. They want to give. It makes a rich Christian feel good that they're doing something for the poor. If it was no poor people around, how would they get that fixed? Someone has to do the jobs. Someone has to live a certain type of way so society can function. Nobody want to face the reality that they keeping a lot of the population in poverty because it makes sense. Even for Democrats, Republicans, Independents, you need to have constituents. You need to have people to use as scapegoats. Think about Donald Trump. If it was no poor people or nobody to knock that he felt was beneath him, he wouldn't have elevated to being the president. Poor people in poverty is something that society needs, especially if you're in a capitalist society. You are definitely in a capitalist society.